the biggest red flag of a narcissist. This has to be the biggest red flag of a narcissist, and yet many of us overlook it. Imagine this. You've just met someone who seems to radiate charm and warmth. They're attentive, thoughtful, and seem deeply invested in getting to know you. They ask all the right questions. They remember small details about your life and make you feel seen and appreciated in a way that feels almost magical. You're struck by how kind and thoughtful they seem, how safe it feels to open up to them. They shower you with compliments. They express admiration for your uniqueness and create an intoxicating sense of connection. But then one evening, you're with them at a restaurant. The server makes a small mistake, perhaps bringing the wrong dish or taking longer than expected. Suddenly, the person you thought was so kind becomes someone else entirely. They roll their eyes, they mutter under their breath, and then openly criticize the server, calling them incompetent or useless. They might make a degrading joke or dismiss the person entirely, treating them as though they're beneath contempt. At first you're startled, unsure how to process what you're seeing. You rationalize it. You tell yourself that maybe they're just having a bad day, or maybe the server really did mess it up. But deep down something feels off. You notice the coldness in their eyes, the utter lack of empathy in their tone. For a moment the illusion of closeness cracks and you're left with an uneasy feeling. But then they turn their back to you, their warmth and charm suddenly restored. They make a joke to lighten the mood or say something sweet to you, and you feel special again. You feel relieved, even reassured. You bond over their display of honesty or passion, convincing yourself that this means they trust you enough to let their guard down. This creates the illusion of intimacy, as though you're part of their inner circle, someone who understands them in a way that others don't. Fast forward weeks or months, that person who once made you feel so safe and cherished is now turning that same cruelty on you. It happens slowly at first, small criticisms, subtle put-downs, or moments of indifference when you express your feelings. Then over time, the degrading remarks or dismissive behaviours escalate. You find yourself walking on eggshells, desperately trying to avoid their anger or disapproval. And suddenly you remember that moment at the restaurant, when they humiliated the server. You realise now you're the one being debased, dismissed and made to feel small. The shock of it hits you. The kindness and thoughtfulness you once believed in were never real. The safety and closeness you felt were an illusion designed to pull you in. Now you're left grappling with the distress of knowing you've become the very person they've turned against, just like everyone else before you. Narcissists often display a lack of empathy. Narcissists struggle to genuinely understand or care about the feelings, needs and experiences of other people. This often manifests in dismissive, manipulative or exploitative behaviours. They prioritise their own desires of other people, and may show indifference or even annoyance when someone seeks emotional support or understanding. This lack of empathy underpins many of their toxic behaviours, such as gaslighting, emotional invalidation, and a disregard for boundaries. When you're first getting to know a narcissist, their charm and kindness can make it difficult to see the lack of empathy beneath the surface. Narcissists are often skilled at creating a facade of care and compassion to draw people in. However, there are subtle signs that can reveal their true nature over time, such as the inconsistency in their actions, how conversations always turn back to them, subtle testing of boundaries, a need for constant validation, love bombing. And the biggest red flag of a narcissist has to be their lack of empathy towards other people. Watch how they treat people who they aren't trying to impress, because narcissists often lack compassion for other people's struggles or dismiss their feelings as unimportant. This can be a clue to their true character. Observe their patterns over time, rather than being swayed by initial appearances. Empathy is demonstrated consistently, not just when it's convenient. How a narcissist treats other people can be a powerful red flag, especially early on. While they may treat you with kindness and charm initially, their true lack of empathy becomes apparent in how they treat people they're not trying to impress. Narcissists often look down on people they consider beneath them, such as waitstaff, customer service workers, or even friends and family. They may be impatient, dismissive, or outright rude. They may engage in gossip and criticism. They may habitually talk negatively about other people behind their backs, or seem to take pleasure in putting people down. This indicates a lack of genuine compassion. They may exploit or manipulate people. They may use other people for their own benefit without showing gratitude or concern. For example, they might expect favours without reciprocating, or manipulate people to get what they want. They may be dismissive of other people's feelings. A narcissist may mock, belittle, or trivialize someone else's emotions, struggles, or achievements, especially if it doesn't benefit them in some way. Some narcissists may also have a trail of broken friendships, family conflicts, or hostile ex-partners. This could be another sign of their toxic behaviour. By observing how they treat people when there's no personal gain involved, you can gain insight into their true character. Genuine kindness and empathy aren't selective or performative. They're consistent across interactions. Just because a narcissist is being good to you doesn't necessarily reflect their true character. It's part of their strategy to win you over or serve their own needs. A more accurate depiction of their character lies in how they treat other people, especially those who can't offer them anything in return. Narcissists are skilled at creating a facade to appear kind, caring, and charming where it suits them. However, their treatment of other people is often less filtered, so pay attention to how they behave toward people they don't see useful or important. Their kindness is typically conditional. It lasts only as long as they get an admiration or compliance from you, while true empathy and character shine in how someone treats people across the board, not just those they want to impress. How a narcissist treats other people early on is a preview of how they will eventually treat you. The kindness and charm they show at the beginning are temporary and self-serving. Once they feel they've secured your admiration or loyalty, their true nature begins to surface. The charming and caring persona they present at first is part of their relation. Over time, maintaining that facade becomes less important to them, and they start treating you the way they treat other people: poorly, dismissively, or exploitively. Empathy isn't selective. Genuine empathy doesn't change depending on the person. If they lack empathy for other people, they'll inevitably lack it for you too. It's just a matter of time. They may say that their ex or their family members are bad or crazy, and as though that is the reason why they mock, belittle, degrade, humiliate, or sabotage them. But this is actually a classic narcissistic tactic. They blame other people to justify their abusive or toxic behaviour. They frame themselves as the victim and other people as the villains. This is a form of manipulation called smear campaigning or playing the victim. It's done to gain your sympathy and excuse their actions. The biggest red flag of a narcissist can be found in how they treat other people. They show a lack of accountability. Instead, they paint other people as crazy, toxic, or bad, to make their own actions seem justified. Healthy people don't humiliate or degrade people, even if there's conflict. But they may also accuse other people of the very things they are guilty of, like manipulation, sabotage, or abuse. This deflects attention from their own actions and creates doubt in your mind. They are grooming your perception. By vilifying their exes or family members, they're setting the stage to control how you see those people and ensure you side with them. This also creates the illusion that you're different, as though you're the one person who understands or treats them better, until you too fall out of favour. Because empathy doesn't pick and choose. Even if someone has wronged them, a compassionate person doesn't resort to abuse, humiliation, or sabotage. Their willingness to act this way toward other people shows their lack of empathy and toxic tendencies. If someone excuses their harmful behaviour by blaming other people, it's a sign they feel entitled to treat people badly. Over time, they may start using the same justifications to abuse, humiliate, or degrade you. Healthy individuals take responsibility for their actions and resolve conflict without tearing people down. Thank you for watching. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up. Share your thoughts in the comment section. Hit the subscribe button to receive the notifications. If you would like to support the channel, you can donate at paypal.me/Narc Survivor. You can book a one-on-one with me on my website. It's narcsurvivor.co.uk. Thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you soon.